What's going on, you guys? It's been a few weeks since I last saw you, and as you can tell, I'm in a new setting. I have a new background in here. It's not really much of a background, it's a black wall. I'm actually really excited to show you guys this space in another video. This is a podcast room that is a part of a much larger studio where we have like a production room for music. There's going to be a conference room and a little living room area. And me and a couple friends have been working on this for a few months now, doing everything by hand from all of the painting, figuring out how to do the furniture and all of the just everything. We've done everything ourselves, and I've been tracking it on my phone. So I'm going to bring you guys a video that's kind of showcasing everything that we've done here and how it's all working out, and give you guys updates on the business side of the stuff. So I'm excited about that. But that's besides the point. I was actually sitting at my desk and I was getting ready to start working, and I got this really cool notification that popped up, and one that I've never seen before. Because to be completely honest with you, I have a problem with my cell phone. Like, I'm on my phone all the time, whether it's on Instagram or I'm on Twitter or I'm running back text messages, and I always find an excuse to be on my phone because I say, "Oh, I'm a marketer. I work with social media," and I definitely use that excuse to be on my phone more than I should be. But I got this notification and it said, your screen time was down 81% last week for an average of 1 hour and 35 minutes a day. That is by far, I think, even since I was in middle school, the least amount of time that I've spent on my cell phone. But it really got me thinking, like, what changed in that week, right? I quit smoking weed about a month ago, so that's definitely made a difference. I'll be bringing you guys a video talking about that experience too, because I smoked weed for a decade prior to quitting. So it was a whirlwind of emotions and a whirlwind of different ups and downs through the process. But 30 days out now, I'm feeling good. So I knew that quitting weed was a part of this, but I also figured that there had to have been something else to it. And I was thinking back about, like, okay, what changed? What did I decide on? What did I was trying to think about, like, what mentality changes might I have had in this past week. And it came back to 4 words: consume less, create more. All I had been thinking about was that my business isn't where I want it to be because I've been consuming content and not making it. I really think that one ideology is what made that 81% difference in my cell phone use. And, like, I might go get that tattooed on me because it applies to everything in life. Consume less, create more. Find ways to do less consuming and more creating. And it's a difficult thing to think about because in a lot of ways, like, we want to consume content. If you're like me, you love learning. I love learning about so many different things, and it can feel great to just, like, sit around and watch a 3-hour podcast and learn all about these different topics from these really intelligent, cool people who are having these great conversations. It feels good. There comes a point where you have to understand that your growth isn't related to you watching and learning anymore. It's related to you doing, i.e., consuming less and creating more. And I really feel like I'm at that point where there is no going up for me just from learning and watching other people do things or trying to take courses or classes. There was a place for that in my life for sure, and I definitely got my fair share of use out of those things. I've spent $10,000 at least on different courses over the course of the last 10 years. Said the word course a lot there. But I really don't feel like there's anything else for me to learn from any of these courses or programs or anything like that. The most amount of learning that I'm going to do at this point in my life is doing. It's creating. It's being active. It's taking on clients when I'm not ready for the project necessarily, or I don't feel ready for the project, right? It's putting myself in those positions to be able to take on tasks that maybe I'm a little scared about. And there's no amount of learning and there's no amount of podcast watching or course taking that's going to prepare you to take those things on. You kind of just have to jump into them. So what started with me finding out that I was on my phone 81% less ended in me understanding that it all comes back to the idea of consuming less and creating more. Taking more of my time to write more often, to make more videos, to work on automations and workflows for clients more, to work on creatives more, to work on ideas for their videos, for their products and their companies more. It's so much more about creating things and having the willingness to fuck up and mess things up than it is trying to learn to perfect everything that you're doing. Funny enough, I even made a short form video about this today. Funny enough, I made a piece of short form content about this today. And I basically said, like, people don't know what good content looks like because they spend 99% of their time working on one piece of content rather than trying to make 99 pieces of content to learn how to talk to a camera, to learn how to do the editing process, to understand how a hook works and how conversation works and all of these different nuances, to even understand their audience alone, because everyone's audience is different. You might be in the same niche as someone else, but you don't know what makes your audience tick versus theirs. I'm really just rambling at this point, but the point of this video is to say this. If you feel stuck, if you feel like watching videos and trying to learn more isn't helping you anymore, you feel stagnated by learning, then what you need to do is consume less and create more. Set a goal for yourself. Try to write a book. Try to tell yourself that you're going to make a mini documentary. Whatever you can figure out that works for you. Whatever lights your fire, make that your goal. And make the goal to create something rather than to consume and try to learn. I'll catch you guys in the next video, either hopefully showing you guys the studio once it's all actually completed, or rambling on about some topic like this. Peace out.